Hi guys, so today I thought I'd come on and do some questions to ask your tarot deck when you first buy a tarot deck. It's a bit different from my usual videos, doing on the tarot readings, but I thought today I'll come on and give some useful information. These are questions to interview your deck with the 10 questions, and I'm going to go through them one by one. Ask your deck this when you first get them. When you first get a tarot deck, buy one of these. First off, buy one of these. This is a standard waite-smith tarot deck. Okay, it's easy imagery, easy to read. You get a little booklet with it. I haven't got the booklet anymore because I don't need it, but you get a little booklet with it with the upright meanings, reverse meanings, and a little bit about each card. It's great. It's a paper booklet, just white paper booklet. Again, the imagery is perfect on it. The colours are vibrant on it, you know. That's the Hermit in reverse, but yeah, the imagery is great on it. You're able to pick up symbols and everything and read from it. So definitely buy yourself a Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck first. This is what the back looks like. Standard Rider-Waite-Smith. Rider-Waite-Smith is the first person, from what we know, the first person to have made the deck, if I'm correct, or the first original copy of the deck. So it's perfect. It's a perfect starter deck for anyone that wants to start tarot. These are the questions you should ask your deck when you first get it. Cleanse it. Always cleanse your deck first. I cleanse it in different ways now that I've gelled with that deck. Each deck I cleanse differently. For instance, if it's already been cleansed properly when I first buy a deck, I cleanse it with sage or Palo Santo, and I go over it that way and I go over it that way, and then I split the deck, go over it that way, go over it that way, go over it that way. As I split the deck, I'll do another 2 cleansings over it. And sometimes I'll say a little enchantment, just put my intention into the deck basically. Sorry, this might fall. Just put my intention into the deck, basically. You don't have to do that. That's just a personal preference of mine. So I'll either whisper into it or I'll say it out loud and put my intention into the deck. Now what I do, because I've cleansed this deck when I first got it, so now what I do is I knock 3 times this way, 3 times this way, and I'll say, take a negative energy out of the deck, and then I'll blow. And as I blow at the top first, I'll say putting positive or clear intentions into the deck, and then positive or clear intentions into the deck, whichever way I say it. And then I shuffle, basically. So that is how I cleanse my decks now. Oracle or Tarot, that's how I cleanse them. Because I cleanse all my decks as soon as I get them. I cleanse them with the Palo Santo or Sage. Say a little enchantment, and then that way I just cleanse the energy every time by knocking and blowing into it with positive and clear energy. So that is a way to clear your decks. That's one way to clear your decks. There's many ways of clearing your decks. You can use Palo Santo and Sage every time you get your deck out if you wanted to. You can use incense to clear your deck. There's so many ways you can do it. So many ways. But these are the questions I'm going to go through with you now, and it's interview questions for my deck. Question 1. What is the energy or intention of this deck? Now, I find this question number 1 kind of important, because you want to know the intention and energy of your deck. You want to know what it's going to bring into your life, what purpose it's going to bring into your life by reading the energy and intention of it. So I think that question is very important to ask. Number 2, what kind of tarot deck are you? There's many different tarot decks. I haven't got another one by hand. Here we go. Alice in Wonderland. Many different tarot decks for different things. I use this one sometimes. I barely use this one, but if I'm getting it out, I'll use it for love readings or for dream readings, because it's very dreamlike-esque. You know? It's very Alice in Wonderland, very fantasy. So if there's any fantasy questions or dreamlike questions that may get asked, I'll pull this deck out and use it. So there's different decks have different intentions and different, like what type of deck is it is very important to ask it. It's not that often I do dream work, tarot readings, but if I do, I'll pull that one out. What card sums up my personality? You want the deck's view on you. So once you shuffle, this kind of comes down a few questions. There's a few questions I've probably put before this question, but you probably want to ask it, what card sums up my personality? What card do you think does the deck think your personality is? You could also ask it what card sums up its personality, so the deck's personality. How can I be most effective when working with you? Very important question, because if you're studying tarot to become a professional tarot reader, you want to ask that question because you want to know which effective ways it's going to help you, whether it's going to be effective in love readings, whether it's going to be effective in career readings, whether it's going to be effective in general readings, whether it's going to be, there's all different types of readings you can do. The list goes on, but you want to know which areas it's going to be effective in. What does our partnership look like in action? You want to know what type of bond you have with the deck, and you're not really getting an intuitive hit. That's a great question to ask. There's a fly and it's doing my head because the window's open. That's a very good question to ask. Tell me about yourself is the next question. Great to start off with. That's probably the first question I'd probably start off with. Is just tell me about yourself. Tell me a bit about you. Give me a story. Paint me a story. I mean, that's a great question to ask. What are your strengths as a tool? Remember, tarot is a tool. It can be used, again, alongside loads of different things. Spell work. Any witchcraft bits that you're doing, because I'm a witch, I'm practicing witch. Any witchcraft bits you're doing, you can use tarot alongside it. Whether you're a psychologist, a psychologist, or you work in psychology, you can use it alongside that. It can give you a look into stuff like that. You can use it as a tool for whether you're a counsellor. You can use it as a tool like that. It's a great tool to have. So always remember, tarot is a tool. Sorry, I have to stretch my legs out. My legs go numb after a while. It's terrible. What are your limits as a tool? Again, every tarot deck has a limit. Every oracle deck has a limit. Any tool that you're using, witchcraft, spell work, tarot, oracle, any energy healing, anything has a limit. If you're doing energy work, you're the limit. You know your limit to go to like do energy work with. You know your limit. Same with tarot. You've got to know the limit of the tarot deck. I normally know my limit with tarot when it stops shuffling. Not stops shuffling, sorry. Stops spitting out cards. Because the way I work is I work by whatever card falls out is what's meant to be. So I work like this. To say if a card fell out now. I don't know, let's ask it a question. Oh, there we go. Say if the King of Swords, fell out. So I would say this is the card that's meant to be, and I'll put it down the spread or whatever I'm using. So I work that way with tarot. A lot of people do different ways. I'll go through different ways of being able to pull cards and stuff another time. But I know its limit when it stops spitting out cards and stops telling me that there's no more messages to come. I know that that's the limit. That's the end of the reading. That's the limit. So I'll give advice off the cards that I've got. Or any spiritual advice I'm feeling from spirit, I'll give that advice. What do you need? What do you want to teach me? Another big question to ask. Because every deck teaches you something new. I figured this out throughout the years. I've got hundreds of decks. Not hundreds, but I've got a lot. I've got a lot of decks. Same with Oracle again. A lot of Oracle decks teach me different things. A lot of tarot decks teach me different things. Some of them teach me different meanings in relationships, in different types of relationships, not just love relationships, in different types of relationships. I've got a hair on me and it's irritating me. For instance, it could teach me about a family relationship. I might be having a family dynamic going on. It'll teach me a little bit, put my teeth in, a little bit about that relationship and how I can fix that relationship. And love relationship, it might tell me how to fix a relationship or how to love myself in that relationship. Every deck is different. Every deck has a different position, a different purpose to serve. Some decks I use on YouTube, specifically YouTube decks. That teaches me what the collective are thinking. That teaches me what the collective need to hear. So I use certain decks on my YouTube channel. I use certain decks on TikTok, certain decks on Instagram. They're all different purposes. What do I need to do to best interact with and learn from you? You learn everything new, and you learn every day something new, is what I was trying to say. With tarot, I learn about different situations every day with tarot. I'll pull a card for the day. That'll teach me something new that I didn't expect for that day. You know, I learn so much from interacting with tarot and again, oracle as well, and witchcraft and anything spiritual. I learn a lot about myself. Through reading tarot, I learned a lot about other people. Through reading tarot, I've learned so much about it. Like, when I say other people, I don't mean about their, like, specifically their lives. I mean, like, different scenarios. I learned a lot about what scenarios could have in them, what they might not have in them, like different things that I never would have thought of outside the box. You know what I mean? If you get what I mean. So I learn a lot from tarot, and I interact with it all the time. And I think that's a great question to ask if you want to know the best way to interact with tarot deck. Brilliant question. That is the last question I've got for you. Sorry, I'm fixing my legs because my legs are all over the place. They're numb and tingly. They're all over the place. This is my tarot journal. I got this from Whitches. It's a shop in the UK, and I'm doing them a little ad. I'm doing them a little ad. So Whitches, if you're watching, this is your little ad. I get some. Well, I haven't shopped on there for a while, but I would get most of my tarot decks and oracle decks from Whitches. They sell all different types of tarot and oracle decks from waite-smith. I got this from there, the original waite-smith. I've got other waite-smith decks, style decks that I learned from, but that's like one of the original formats. So I got that from there. I got this from there. Into the Lonely Woods, which is a really great book actually, because it's not just a journal. It's not just a journal. It has like a little prompt here at the side, and then it has pictures throughout. So it has beautiful imagery throughout the book, and I find that comforting, because I don't just like staring at like pages like this. I don't just like staring at pages like this. I have to have something that inspires me, or something that I know is gonna, you know, a few pages down is gonna appear, and I'm gonna look at it and think, oh, that's inspired me to write this about tarot, or that about tarot. Like, I like looking at books like this, and not just like this. So I got this from Whitches. So this is a really good, again, if you don't want a proper journal or a proper grimoire or book of shadows, get yourself a little booklet like this, a little diary like this. It's not really a diary, a little notepad, that's what I was looking for, like this. This is my tarot one, and then I have another one that I got from Whitches that isn't currently by me, but it's just a little notepad with a lunar moth on. This is a death moth, but it has a lunar moth on. And I use that for spell work. Anything witchy, I put in there. I have another grimoire in my bedroom that I use for dream work. So anything that comes to me in my dreams, I write it down. Brilliant. And again, they're all from Wicklow Witch. So if you're looking for a witchy shop or a tarot shop or an oracle shop or a crystal shop, Wicklow Witch is the place to go. Also, Lunar Cove Coven, I think that's how you pronounce it, is also a great place to go. If you're looking for herbs, oils, anything like that, the best place to go. They also do grimoires there as well, so a great place to go. So they're two of my main shops that I shop at. So if you're looking for places to go, then they're the ones to go. I hope this video has helped you. I know I've rambled on quite a bit, and I went to like a little ad for like a Wicklow Witch and Lunar Cove Coven. I think that's how you say it. Don't quote me on that. I'm terrible at names for the shops. I only remember Wicklow Witch because it's got witch in it and Wicklow in it. That's the only reason why I remember that. But I'm terrible with names. But yeah, if you are looking for something like a shop with crystals and witchy stuff in and everything, them two shops are amazing. I shop with both of them, so I really recommend. I will tag them in this video as well, so if you're looking for a shop, I'll tag them down below. Hope this video helped. Enjoy, guys. Bye.